Hello and welcome. I was at NAB this morning and happened to be there while Insta360 announced the new X4 360 camera. I went ahead and grabbed one. In this video, we'll go ahead and unbox it, take a closer look at it, compare it to the X3, and also take a look at the specs. If you're like me, you've probably purchased a ton of action cameras over the years. I'm certainly guilty of it, and a lot of times these cameras end up in a drawer and are rarely used. When it comes to the Insta360 cameras, though, I've owned the X2, the X3, and now the X4. I use this camera all the time. I typically use it to capture behind the scenes footage or some sort of a vantage point in the room for a client. So I can set this camera up in a corner somewhere and it's going to capture every single angle. I don't have to worry about it because I can edit whatever footage I need to edit in post. The other big use for this camera for me is to use it instead of a drone. Oftentimes I'm out shooting with a client, if it's real estate footage or anything. And it's not always practical to put a drone in the air. So it's super easy. I'll just pull this camera out. I have the really long selfie stick, the invisible selfie stick that Insta360 sells, and I use it all the time. And people think that I'm flying a drone. So those are my big two uses for this camera, which is why I didn't hesitate to purchase this. I did purchase this camera with my own money today at NAB, but let's go ahead and unbox it and see what comes with the camera. All right, here it is, the Insta360 X4. Nothing unusual here. I think this is pretty typical for the cases that these cameras come in. We'll go ahead and just take the plastic off of this one and open it right up. And we're also going to go over the specs here in a little while so that I can share with you what's new and improved about this camera over the X3 in case you are looking to purchase it. So plastic is off, and let's go ahead and open this up. These boxes are like suctioned. You know, these are like Apple boxes. You get a new MacBook Pro or something, and it's really difficult to open the box. Same thing here, but the packaging is really nice. It's very sturdy, and here it is, the 360 X4. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is the X3 right here. So compared to the X3, it is a little bit. This is the X3 right here. It is a little larger in size, thickness-wise, about the same width. It looks like the screen is a bit taller, and these are lens protectors. This is the new one. These are lens protectors. This is a new thing that Insta360 is sharing or including in the box. So that's what it looks like size-wise. Let's go ahead and see what else is in here. Okay, we have the side box. Let's see. It's supposed to come with a case, and yes, this is the case. This should be a new and improved case from what the old one was. The old one was like a neoprene case. In fact, I have it right here. This is what the X3 came with, this little neoprene case, which is fine. I've actually lost one before, but this is the new one. This is nice. It's a neoprene. It's still neoprene, but it unzips, and there's a cable in here, USB-C to USB-C, it looks like. This is a cleaning cloth, a thermo grip cover. Oh, yes. So they spoke about this at the release. So this is a thermo grip cover. Let me show it to you here. Can you see it? There it is. If you're shooting in 8K, or I think this camera can go up to, I think it shoots up to 11K. If you're doing time lapses, and you put this on, and this just helps to dissipate the heat. So if you think that the camera is going to get hot, you can put this cover on it. It feels kind of plasticky. It must have some metal inside here, but it does feel a little plasticky. And the neoprene case, okay, it looks like it's got some pockets in here. You can probably put some SD cards in here. We'll probably put an extra battery in here. So that's actually pretty nice. And then the camera fits in it like so. So it's stretchy, so you can probably fit a couple of extra different little items in here. But the big thing that I think one of the big complaints about these cameras, I'm going to grab the X3 again, is that this lens gets scratched really easy. So what they've done with this new version is they've made it so that you can either shoot with just the lens or you can put little lens protectors on. And that's what this is. This is the standard lens protector. I believe there is a more advanced lens protector that has better glass on it. But either way, these are meant to protect the lens. So if you scratch it, you can just swap those out if you need to. But it looks like everything else is about the same. It's got the battery on the side. And USB-C, this is to charge it. And yep, looks about the same. And then again, the screen size, you can see right here, about the same width. I think the X4 is just a little taller. So just a couple other things to point out. The X4 is a little grippier. So it's got like some texture on the camera so that I guess if you're holding it with your hand, it grips a little better. They're about the same weight. So although the X4 is a little larger in size, and it's not by much, this is still going to fit in your pocket, then, they're about the same weight. And I mean, nothing else. I'm not seeing anything else on here that is incredibly different than the X3. So let's go ahead and turn this camera on, and it's going to go ahead and go through the setup process. The other great thing about these cameras is they connect directly to your phone. So Insta360 comes with an app that you can control the camera from your phone. And I think the app gives you some more functionality to actually control the new X4. Additionally, this camera comes with software. So you can download the software on your computer. You can edit. And again, because this is a 360 camera, you don't have to point it in any specific direction. So during the edit, you can edit the footage however you'd like. They did mention today, which I thought was really exciting, is that they are releasing a plugin for Premiere Pro that allows you to edit this footage directly in Adobe Premiere Pro if that's an editing program that you use. So I think for a lot of people, they'll be really happy to hear that. So another item that is included are it looks like a spare set of lens guard. The lenses don't come with the lens protectors already attached. I thought that they did there for a second. They actually come with a set right here. So if you do want to go out and shoot something outrageous that destroys these lens guards on your first day having the camera, then you probably want to pick up some spare ones. But these are nice because what they'll do as soon as I get this open is all you do is attach them. And there's just a little groove that you find on the camera here. And now it clicks in place. So this is what the lens looks like if it has the protector on it. It definitely protrudes a little bit more. And then this side does not have the protector on it. So it does give a little more width to the camera if those protectors are on there. But, if you are interested in protecting the lens on this camera, then that's probably something that is not a bad idea to grab and add to your camera. Now that you see what comes with the camera, I think that Insta360 has done a really good job at including a lot of nice accessories when you make this purchase. The camera is $499 after all, so it is nice that they do this. And as far as the specs go, you have an 8K camera in your possession. What's really nice about that 8K resolution is that when you're editing, this is a camera that gives you a very wide angle. So this is going to give you a little more flexibility in post if you want to zoom in on specific items in your video. It just gives you so much more leeway when it comes to capturing footage and creating fun edits in post, which is really nice. Some other highlights are this shoots in higher frame rates. This is something that they really pointed out at the event, was this can shoot 4K 100 frames per second. That probably wasn't possible a year ago. So they have that in this camera now. You can also, shoot whatever you want now and frame it later. I've mentioned that. The other thing that was really cool in the demo that they did was if you use the phone, the app on your phone with the camera, you can actually frame and move the scene directly in the app while you're shooting. You can download that particular footage directly to your phone, and that way you don't have to edit it. You can essentially edit it there in real time. And what's really cool is that there is AI involved somehow. And the way that the AI is incorporated is however you're editing in a manual way, it's just going to make things nice and smooth in the edit. So you can download directly from your phone and use that footage right away. I thought that was a really nice thing to add. The other thing that if you are an underwater shooter, then there is a new underwater case that I guess there used to be a bubble that showed in the old footage, so that's been improved now. This camera has me mode, so if you put the camera directly in front of you, it automatically detects that you are the subject matter that the camera should have in place. Of course, it's got great stabilization. It has HDR. HDR on these small sensor cameras really aren't that great. They are touting this as something that is an improvement in this camera. So I'll be testing out HDR to see how good it really looks right out of camera. There's tons of accessories. The battery life is improved on this camera. That's always nice. I can go in the water up to 10 meters or 33 feet. And then again, it's got that underwater casing as well. What else is on here? The screen has Gorilla Glass on it, if that means something for you. Oh, this is pretty neat. Instead of having to just press the button to start recording, there is a way for you to create gesture controls. So if you're riding your bike or on a motorcycle or out and about, you can gesture to make the camera start recording, and a whole bunch of different fun things. So anyways, why I bought this camera is, first of all, I use it all the time. And that 8K resolution and just a clear image, an improved image out of this camera is something that I'm looking forward to using. I'm also going on a big trip soon. And so I plan on taking this camera on the trip. So I'll be sharing that footage with all of you, some everyday real life footage, kind of vlogging type footage of me while I'm traveling. And that way I'll be able to really dig in and let you know which features are worth the hype, which features might not be worth the hype. But if you are interested in grabbing an X4, it's out on the market now. And hopefully this video can just help you decide if this is the camera for you. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe before you head out. And look, thanks as always for tuning in. And I'll see you again in next week's video.